Sorry guys, we're seeming to have some really bad technical problems. Just going to wait for... Hi Ria. Just gonna wait for Geeta to jump in again. Really don't know what the problem is. Anuki, what's up? Good to see you here. Maybe I should only chat about something. Shruti, hi. Devanshi, hello. There. View. Live. Waiting for Geeta to join. Geeta, can you see my accept request? My God.
Finally, I've
Oh,
been,
I'm so sorry.
oh God, I have no idea what was the issue. So I'm here from 3:50 ready.
Even I've been, so I've just been doing that. I was almost going to start talking about astrology, by the way, with my half-ass knowledge.
You know enough. Hi guys, very sorry. I have no idea, but the live icon just didn't
Yeah.
come.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm so excited. I'm so happy. It's also my first chat on this page. And I was telling everyone that I'm so stoked to be doing this. And I'm going to first introduce you. So, Geeta is a
sure.
professional numerologist, tarot card reader, and also a Bach flower remedies practitioner. She's a very dear friend of mine. I'm so happy to be doing my first chat on this page with her. And Geeta, I understand that you use all of these three philosophies, principles to help people balance their lives and uh, and able to reach their their really full potential. So let's begin with our subject today is what's in a name. So let's first understand from you what numerology is all about. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Welcome, guys. Hi, and I'm happy to be here. So we'll quickly jump onto the subject because I think we've spent a little bit of time.
5 minutes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. So numerology, as the name suggests, is the science of numbers. Now, everything is a number, correct? Every alphabet breaks into a number. I mean,
Yeah.
you take the alphabet chart from A to Z. Everything is a number. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, every number carries with it its own vibration. So
Okay.
1 would have a certain vibration, 9 would have a certain vibration, 8 would have a certain vibration, right?
Yeah.
In numerology, what we do is we take your date of birth and your birth name. Okay. These two elements tell us what is the journey that your soul has decided for you in this lifetime. Okay. So
Okay.
for any professional numerologist, when we have your date of birth and when we have your name, we can really make a very, very detailed numerological chart. Okay.
Okay.
So the numbers that you will carry, so Achal, for you, for example, the vibrations that you are carrying are
Yeah.
made of the numbers of your date of birth and the numbers of your name, right?
Okay.
These two components are extremely important. Today, we are going to concentrate on is the meaning of your name. What does that signify? So
Right.
that is what we'll be discussing today.
And from my chat with you, Geeta, this is also a very extensive subject. So, just to inform all our viewers who've signed in today that we're going to actually break up this whole subject of numerology into 5 parts. And today we are going to talk about how the name affects us. And so, tell us, Geeta, what's in a name? How do we figure out our number numerology from our name? Tell us.
Sure. Okay, just one request. If all of you, I know we should have said this earlier, but if you have a pen and paper, if you guys have a pen and paper, just keep it ready with you. Yeah. Um, what's in a name? Everything is in a name. You are your name, really, and literally, you are your name. Okay. What I like everyone to do is, if you know your birth name, if you know the name on your birth certificate, it's amazing. If you don't know that, just for, so that you understand how I'm going to calculate, write down your maiden name. So if anybody is married and have changed their first name, please take your maiden name. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, we just write it down on a piece of paper. Okay.
Name.
We may not be able to, just your name, your first name. Write down your first name. For now, for the purpose of ease, I will explain to you how we are supposed to do it actually.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that you write, take my name, for example, it's a small name. So my birth certificate says name of the baby Gita,
Okay.
Gita. Okay. Not all of you will be able to calculate it so quickly right now, but just write it down, understand the process. You can do it later. So if I've written Gita, now every corresponding alphabet has a number. Okay. Again, for ease of purposes, later on, you can open on Google, you can open your alphabet chart. So A, B, C, D, it'll come A, 1, 2, 3, whatever, right?
Okay.
But before we go ahead, the most important thing to keep in mind is in numerology, our chart is from numbers 1 to 9. Any double digit number that we have in our life,
Add
say
it
a
up.
12, you add it up and reduce it to a single digit between 1 and 9.
So, for
Okay?
example, I just calculated from my name, and N is a 14.
Will be 5.
5.
Okay?
Perfect. Okay.
And a J is a 10 that you can write as 1. K is a 11. Ideally, 11 and 22 are written the way they are. But when we are doing the name number, you can add it up, reduce it to a 2 and 4.
Okay.
Ideally, 11 and 22 in numerology are master energy numbers, and they're kept the way they are. But because it's difficult to calculate, then the calculation becomes very high numbers. When you're calculating your name, just write your name
Okay.
wherever you find double digits. Suppose you find T, you will write 2 because T is a 20th alphabet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before I move ahead to clarify, I think Shaheen's also asked me a question.
So, I'm just
Uh,
going to tell all our viewers no questions right now. Let's not interrupt with questions.
no, it's okay. I'll
Okay.
just there's one or two things I need to say, and
Okay.
I think that will answer the questions. So, guys, when we are doing numerology, we will take the name on your birth certificate. For all of you who have a birth certificate, please check it out. Wherever it says name of the baby, if it says, for example, my maiden surname was Chandok. If my birth certificate said Gita Chandok, I would take Gita Chandok. If it said only Gita, I take only Gita. If it said my name, my father's name, my surname, you will take that. Okay? So go by your birth certificate. Now, there may no pet names, no names what you're called later on, nothing, just the birth name.
Okay.
Now, there may be people who may not have access to your birth certificate. If you don't have access to your birth certificate, just take your maiden name.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Now my birth certificate reads as Gita. So, and it's
Okay.
a small name, so I'll take that for example. Gita. G is the seventh alphabet.
Huh.
I is the ninth alphabet. T is 20, so you will write only 2.
Two.
A is a one alphabet.
Done.
Somebody asked me if you have 19, you will 9 plus 1 is 10, so 1.
Yeah.
Okay, make it 1.
Yeah.
Now 7921 of my name adds up to 19,
Okay.
which I again add and reduce to a single digit. 9 plus 1 is 10, which is 1. So my name adds up to number 1.
Right.
Okay. Similarly, see, guys, don't stress if you can't do it right now. It is because some of you may have longer names. Just write your name. Just write your name and hear me out. I will
Yeah.
help you later. Okay.
Interrupt you for a second. So, guys, if you're not able to total your names, don't worry. Geeta's going to go over the vibrations of each number, but we're going to leave this chat on our IGTV. So, after you've calculated, if you want to come back and refer to the video, you can. Yeah, Geeta, I
That's
think
perfect. Yeah.
we go ahead and
Yeah,
just.
that's perfect. Right? So now, what is our name? What is our name? Really, our name is called our expression. Okay? Every number of your name means every alphabet that breaks into a number, every number of your name is the vibration that you're carrying. So, Aanchal, in your case, Aanchal, whatever are these numbers, this is the vibration that makes you.
Yeah.
Okay? So, your name will tell you what is Aanchal,
Okay.
who is Aanchal. It is the what of our life. What are Aanchal's natural talents and abilities? So it's not something that you need to bring in or, oh my God, I have to learn to be creative. No. Naturally, when Aanchal was born, okay, What are her inherent capabilities, inherent talents, inherent strengths,
Yeah.
inherent challenges, inherent weaknesses? All of this is comes from your name. All right. Now, how we project ourselves in this whole world, that comes from your name. Your
Okay.
personality, your personality is your personal reality. That comes from your name. What we want the most, what our heart desires, that comes from our name. How people view us, this comes from our name. So when we know that, okay, my name number, so my expression, I refer to it as an expression. So your expression, how you expressed yourself, comes from your name, right? So when I know that my expression is one, okay, so I
Yeah.
will know, okay, now what does one mean for me? And if I ever find myself tipping the balance and I know, okay, Gita, bring yourself up. These are your strengths. Okay. And these are things that you need to be aware of. Yeah. What I'm going to do, guys, is all our names will either add up between 1 and 9. If your name adds up to an 11 or a 22, these are master energy numbers. They vibrate on a higher frequency. So kindly leave them as that. So suppose anybody's name adds up to 11, leave it as 11. Don't make it 2. Okay. If
Okay.
your name adds up to 22, leave it at 22. Don't make it 4. Now I'm
Okay.
going to tell you, your name is 20. Oh, lovely. So I'm going to tell you what does it mean. Yeah. Hear me out. It's like a little story. You can actually write down the one or two points of from 1 to 9, 11, 22, or you can refer back to the IGTV and see where you fit in. Okay, so let me tell you the story of what does it mean if your name is 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. What does it mean for you? Yeah. One. One is, it's a single one. It is male energy. It's like Adam. Okay. So it's male energy. It's a fire sign. One is standing all by yourself. So
Okay.
all the ones, everyone whose name adds up to one, you are a confident person. You have strong leadership skills. Yeah. And the learning in your life is that you have to take initiative for yourself. Okay. If you wait that my husband, my wife, my children, my parents, my boss will come and push me, take me to the next level, you'll be waiting only. Okay.
Okay.
So in your life, it is all about going it alone, doing it alone, taking initiative, and using leadership skills. You
Okay.
will be somebody who will, if I put you in a situation, all the number ones, somehow you will be like a leader. You will be the one taking responsibility, taking charge, taking decisions. It's a very number one trait. Now, for number ones, if you're looking at a job, right? Take a job that kind of puts you a little bit in the forefront. Take a job where you can take decisions. Take a job where you can build on your leadership skills because you have it. It's an inherent plus point for you. It's an inherent capability for you, right? So if a number one gets a job which is really making them sit behind in the background and they're not interacting, they will feel useless. They'll feel like I'm not doing anything. So
Yes.
that is how and I'm going to go through every number. So for all of you who are putting your numbers, don't worry, I'm going through every number. The thing is that our name tells us not only what we are and how we are, it tells us what professions we should be in. And if we are already in a profession, it tells us how to highlight that strength that we have. So
Okay.
all the number ones, if you shy away from taking responsibility, what will happen is every time, take a number one in a workplace scenario. Say I'm number one. I'm shying away from taking responsibility. Every time my promotion will get stuck for whatever reason is because my bosses will feel that this person is not taking responsibility. The minute I realize that, listen, I'm number one, I need to be in the forefront, I need to take charge, I make that little change now, automatically my external environment will change. Okay.
Understood.
Now, number two,
Yeah.
one and one is two. So
Yeah.
two is two things. Two is partnership. Two is a beautiful number. It is a receptive number. It is female energy. It's water energy. Twos are very sensitive. Twos also have an inherent intuitiveness in them. So all of you twos out there, I know I saw a couple of them. Inherently, you're intuitive. Listen to your gut. Okay. You're also very sensitive to what people tell you. You may not show it, but you are. For twos, it's the power behind the throne. If
Okay.
number one is Akbar, then two is Birbal.
Right.
Okay? So they are very powerful, but they are the quieter power behind the throne. They are the ones who have to use tact and diplomacy. So all twos out there. This also applies for, so guys, this also applies if you're born on the 2nd, on the 20th of the month, if you're born in February. So wherever two comes in, that is where this applies. All twos, remember, you have to work in partnership. You have to work with people. So if a two tells that, you know what, I don't want to work with anybody else, I want to be alone, it's going to be just me, 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 it
Not
won't
gonna happen.
work for them.
Right.
It's not going to happen for them.
Right.
If a two, and any diplomatic job, any of you want someone to, if you need any help in resolving any issue, ask a two. They will be
Two.
so fabulously tactful, diplomatic. They have great, eye, attention for detail, patience. For these kind of jobs, twos are lovely. Twos
Okay.
have a very, very innate sense of music. So a lot of musicians are two.
Okay.
Music is a balm to their soul. So number two is remember. Also, I'll leave you a little tip. Two is also connected to the moon. So whenever it's Amavasya and Purnima, so full moon and new moon, please remember you will be a little extra sensitive.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
I mean, just go into your own corner and you will be a little extra sensitive. Pay attention to this. Okay, then we come to the three. So people whose name number comes to three, or who are born on the third, the 30th of the month, yeah, or in March or December, this is for you. So anybody who's 12, I think one or two people wrote on the chat, you are a number three, so pay attention. Three is sunshine, three is fun, three is friends, three is creative expression. Okay, three is communication. It's beautiful. So when a three walks into the room, it'll be like, okay, yeah, now this fun person has come, ready to party, lots of friends. Okay, threes love it. They are out and out there. I think the threes are having a terrible time during this corona. They can't wait to get out. I mean, I'm sure they're on the phone with their friends all day and the Zoom parties, but they really, they thrive on people. So
Okay.
all you threes out there, use your creative expression. So no matter what job you may do, even if you are in a drab finance, I love finance, but even if you're in a banking job or a finance job, take the client servicing part of it. Wherever you interact with people, how beautifully you communicate with them, that is where your skill comes.
Okay.
Writers, so writing, any form of art, they have such a fabulous eye for putting things together. And also, they work their social connects very well.
Okay.
So, threes, you connect, you just know how to connect like anybody else may just shy away from it, but you just connect it so beautifully. Use your social contacts. Okay, and one little advice for threes is you are so happy to be doing nothing and just chilling with your friends, that if you find yourself going in that direction a little bit more, come
Bring.
back. Okay,
Yeah.
come back, but otherwise you are beautiful. Your creative expressions are fabulous.
Okay.
Then we come to the four. Okay, now four, if you see four corners, everything square. Fours are my stable guys, yeah.
Okay.
Four stands for stability. Four stands for loyalty. Four stands for, somebody who's a little, so they're very strong in their way of thinking. They're very organized. Yeah, they
Yeah.
like things the way they are. They don't like anything haphazard. They sometimes tend to be a little rigid. So number
Okay.
four is, if you find that you are, getting into a lot of issues just because you're being rigid,
Yeah.
step back a little bit. Okay, just step back a little bit. Don't be rigid, but they are very well organized. So if you give a job to a number four, okay, if your name is a number, your name number comes to four, any nice job which is stable, take any, like a nice, good desk job, you have to work so many hours. They're very hardworking. Okay,
Okay.
they're very, very hardworking people. That's four. And then comes five. Five is the opposite of four. Five is freedom. Take a guy whose name comes to five or is born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd of the month, and tell them that, you know what, just sit in this desk job, do the same job over and over again. They are ready to kill you.
Not
So
possible.
fives, Yeah. So fives is all about constructive use of freedom. For them now, it's all about experience. So a lot of actors, a lot of producers, a lot of dancers. Five is also five senses, the body. Yeah, a lot of people in the travel industry, they are five. So you find fives. They for them they thrive on experience. So
Yeah.
let me experience traveling to different countries. Let me experience different jobs. Let me experience different relationships. Yeah, it's not a morality issue for them. It is about I want to experience. Yeah. Let me experience. So they just keep experience. They love and thrive. Their life is about experience. It's actually very beautiful. Just little advice again is use your freedom constructively. So don't go into extreme measures. They have a tendency. People born on the 14th of the month or whose name adds up to 14, you have a tendency to be a little impulsive.
And wild.
Now that I'm making you aware of it, just now that you're aware of it, don't just jump head on into something. You will jump even if I tell you, but just take that one step back, think, and then jump. Okay. Okay. So someone's asked me, is the birthday different from our name? Yes, very much. Right now, we are only discussing the name. We are clearly writing our name. We are writing the numbers that come correspond with it, adding it up. Whatever that number is, that is the number we're discussing. Moving on to number six. Number six is a number of protection, it's harmony. Number sixes have a very keen eye for color, texture, design. They have beautiful homes. Number six is all about home and family. So, how the five was the wanderer,
Yeah.
now five has come home as number six, right? It's almost like a story. So, it's like one, then two, then three, then setting boundaries, then going out exploring the world, and then we come back home.
Yeah.
Number six is about marriage, children. You're the mother hen. Everybody comes to you for advice. You make great counselors. A lot of great spiritual, like my birth date is six, not my name number, but I have that tendency. You love your friends. You have a lot of food in your house. You like a whole family around you. You entertain well. You are popular with your friends. You're very helpful, compassionate. So any professions dealing with interior decoration, architecture, to deal with a home, you're
Yeah.
fabulous at it. Home counseling, looking after elders or younger children, teaching, you're very, very good at it. Nobody can beat you. Number six is hate criticism. Tell them nicely and they'll give up their life for you. Tell them badly. They're very sensitive because in their mind, they're always trying to be perfect for everybody else. And if they get criticized and they feel like, oh my God, where have I failed? I'm not appreciated enough. Now, from this happy home number, you come to number seven. So, all of you whose name numbers are seven, born on the 7th of the month, born on 25th of the month, born on the 16th of the month, born in July, this is for you. Seven is a number of going within. See, if man has to grow and evolve, we all have to go within, right? Seven is about connecting with my inner self. Seven is about meditation. Seven is about retreating to my corner. Seven is about research. A lot of scientists, a lot of bankers, a lot of people who work on financial spreadsheets, people who like to work a little behind the scenes, not really out there. These guys are seven. And all sevens, and I'm especially saying this for spouses of sevens or parents of sevens. Remember, sevens need their time out. A seven
Yes.
will
Right.
come out, they will sit with you, they will chat with you, they will come out with you, but then they need to retreat in their own corner. It is an inherent need for them. Many of them gets initially they are a little fearful, but
Yeah.
as they grow older, they become very spiritually inclined. Okay, it's a beautiful number, but you got to understand the number.
Okay.
And then we move to number eight, which is money makes the world go round. So how can we forget money and commerce? Eight is power. Okay, they wear their power beautifully. They may have $5 in their pocket, but if you see them, they are, they look powerful. Eight is about doing well in the commercial world. Eight is about resources, resource allocation, buying properties. It is a very CEO promoter energy.
Right.
So For them, it is all about ambition, all about they have their goals and they want to reach there. All eight, they very good organizers. So where four would be more like a work, somebody who's a workhorse managerial. Eight will be the CEO promoter. They may not actually get their hands dirty, but their organizational skills, their executive abilities are so fabulous. So you will see a lot of heads of, people in senior positions. They have eight. A lot of people who deal with money or property, anything earthly, they deal with. They are number eight. Yeah. My advice to you is you are a very strong, powerful person. So bring a little benevolence in your life. Not everybody can reach your level. So that. And also eight, if you see eight is like an infinity sign, right? So they just go on and on and on. Breathe. Breathing exercises are important for you. Otherwise, you just keep everything inside and you just keep going on and on. I'm giving you these little tips so that you understand the essence of the number. Okay, so now you come to number 9. Number 9 actually is the end of the spectrum because in numerology everything is between 1 and 9. Number 9 is all about wisdom,
Okay.
spiritual growth, and it is all about universal consciousness. Number 9 is definitely a leader, okay, but they're inspirational leaders. They lead by example. They're very artistic also, and in their, they're very artistic temperaments also. They get angry very fast and cool down, but for them, their journey is about doing for the other. So a lot of nines would be in positions when in their job profiles where they have inherently they can do a lot for the other. So either they're in strong, high ranking positions of power or money where they can help. Okay. So, number 9, if you ever feel that, a lot of burden comes on my shoulders, it's because you can shoulder it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a very, very beautiful number. It's a very wise number. A lot of people come to you for advice. It's a very spiritual number. Anything multiplied by 9 adds up to 9. So 9 encompasses everything, on a very spiritual note, 9, everything merges in with 9.
Correct.
Then we have two numbers, guys, which are master energy numbers, which are 11 and 22. 11 is your most psychic number. So anybody whose name adds up to 11 or is born on the 11th or the 29th of the month or in November, or if your entire date of birth adds up to 11, you're so intrinsically what do I say, psychic. Your gut is so strong. My only advice to you is listen to your inner voice. Take a little time every day, meditate, close your eyes, just listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice will guide you. Many of them eventually end up being inventors. Their worldview is large. They may go into the spiritual professions. They have a very large universal worldview, and they're very, very intuitive. So intuition is number 11. And number 22 is all about, it's a master energy number. It's all about creating on a very large scale. So heads of state, presidents, people in very high positions. Now, if you or me are 22, we may not be a president or in a high position, my goal is to use my capabilities to the fullest, to whatever I
Right.
have been born with, right? Because you have a lot of capability. So, Aanchal, your number adds up to 22? Your number adds up
I
to
think so.
22? Okay,
We
we'll do it offline. Never mind. Okay, so guys, you've understood. I have explained to you what numbers 1 to 9 mean, what 11 and 22 means. The basic understanding of the numbers is something you can apply to all the numbers in your life. So by this, what I'm trying to explain to you is when you know, okay, I'm a number 3, so what kind of a job I should do? So a job that makes me mingle with people, makes me deal with people, where I can use my creative expression. If I'm a number 7 and I put you bang in PR right in the front, the 7 will shrivel away from the
Yeah.
light on him, right? So you
Yeah.
can be the number crunching guy, you can be the brain behind the whole thing, but let somebody else do the PR work, right? So pay attention to what your numbers are. Yeah.
I think Geeta, that was very, very informative, very comprehensive. Everyone who's cued in today, I'm sure, has had a lot to take home because it's also our traits, it's our assets, it's what we're not very great at. Should actually keep in mind. That was very comprehensive. Um, coming to coming back to the name aspect, we see a lot of people in today's day and age who have extra A's and I's and T's and dots and falana tamkanas added to their name. What is your opinion on this? Does it really matter in your life vibration if you change your names, or is it all just a hoax? I won't say hoax, but what do you have to say
Okay.
about that?
Okay. So I'll give you my take on it. Firstly, you have to go to a professional numerologist. So
Okay,
what I've told you is something that you can do yourself. You can find out your name number. You can Google it and say if my name expression is 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, what does it mean for me and all, right?
yeah,
But if you don't change your name because you don't like your name, don't change your name because my friend says, or I heard somebody on the internet or somebody on TV. No, don't change your name unless a professional numerologist really advises you. The
right,
way I see it, if you come to me, I will explain to you. So, Aanchal, I'll take you for an example. Whatever your name number adds up, I'll explain to you your inherent strengths, everything. If we see that one part of your life is always becoming challenging, we'll understand why. We'll read all your other numbers. We'll understand why is this challenging. Correct?
right, right,
If we figure out what it is that you need to bring into your life, do I need to bring tact and diplomacy? Do I need to bring compassion? Do I
right,
need to be more aggressive and take charge?
right.
Do I need to, not be so, not be so critical, or do I need to just not, be a little thick-skinned, whatever. I feel that at our age, since we're already leading our lives, if we
Yes,
just understand what I need to bring into my life, what I am born with, and optimize my potential, then according to me, you really don't need to bring the extra alphabets. But if your name adds up to a testing number, so there are some 2, 3 testing numbers, okay? If it adds up to something like that, then a professional numerologist might just say that, okay, up, add this one little extra alphabet and things like that.
yeah,
My personal take is that when a baby is born,
yeah.
okay, at that time, all we have is a date of birth. We don't have the name, right? At that time, when a baby is born, at that time, if I keep the name, I will balance it out with the date of birth. I will balance it out with the father's chart, the mother's chart, and find the most balanced option. At that time we've done it, but you and I are already leading our life. We've been leading our challenges, our all our strengths. Everything is there in our life, right? I think for us, it's more important to understand what we are born with,
Okay.
rather than that is my take on it.
So this is as far as our names are concerned. What about
Yeah.
names, our businesses, our buildings, our there are so many other places, our company names. Does that also affect? And is that
Oh
also something
yes.
you can numerologically figure out? I mean, I know we had this laugh about
Yeah.
my first
Decoding.
I know, like first it was conversations with Anchal, then I think I made it talk live with Anchal, then I was like decoding with Anchal, and I know you laughed and said I should have just done a numerology on this, which
Yeah.
I should do.
So
But
very much. Actually, that Archel, and it's a great question, is one thing which I would recommend. Okay.
okay,
So if you're keeping a new business, if you're keep writing a new, I mean, you have a new website. I've even done for Instagram accounts because now most of our businesses are happening on the Insta account, right? Books, whatever, your home number, whatever. What any professional will do is there are certain important components which are called our core chart.
okay,
One attribute, one factor will be the date of birth. The
okay,
entire date of birth, that number adds up to what that is called your destiny number. Then your name number. Like that, there are a couple of numbers which make your main core chart.
okay,
That core chart does not change in our life. So till
okay,
our last breath from birth, that core chart remains the same. So we will balance. So suppose you're starting a new business, I will balance your business name, A, with your core chart, and
okay,
find the most balanced chart. And B, I will see there are no testing numbers in this.
okay,
And C, I will see what is this business about,
okay.
and then try and balance it. So yes, I mean, for those who believe, this is very scientifically done.
Numbers, and for CEOs there were certain numbers, so based on those you would decide
Yes.
how the name.
And also there are certain numbers which are creative, certain numbers which are money making, certain numbers which are, intuitive, depending on what you're doing.
Right, right.
Achal, I wanted to introduce one more concept.
Okay.
Okay. Can I go ahead, guys? Are you following? Yeah.
It's
Okay. Now, this is a good audience, so I think I'll take my chance of going a little deeper. Guys, you've written your names, right? All of you have written your name, right? Now, the vowels of our name. So, the vowels of our name
okay.
add up to a certain number. So, if
Okay.
I've written Gita, I
Yeah.
and A are the vowels of my name. Okay?
Yeah.
AEIOU are the vowels of our name, are
Yeah.
the vowels. In my name, I and A is a vowel. So 9 plus 1 is 10, which is 1.
Brilliant.
And that number is so beautiful. It's called your heart's desire or your soul's urge. Okay,
Okay.
just understand it from the word itself. So, what I've realized is our heart's desire or our soul's urge really pushes us to do that
What?
what all that we do. Okay, so this is the reason behind what you like to do, how you deal with people, how, when we perceive things, are we judgmental? How are we perceiving things? What are we doing? Suppose my heart's desire, if my heart's desire is 6, okay, so if the vowels of my name add up to 6, that means I want happy, harmonious relationships. I want marriage and kids. That doesn't mean I don't want a career, but my heart always wants that. So, all of you, there are only two calculations I've introduced you to today. One is the total of your name, add it
And
up, bring it to a single digit, and the vowels of your name. So,
yeah.
very neatly, you can write the vowels of your name, add them up. The name, what is your name number tells you what you are good at, how are you as a person.
Yeah.
But the vowels of your name, your heart's desire tells you what is it that you really want.
Do we also
So,
correlate this to the meaning of every number that you've given? Now, for example, mine's
no,
a
no, no.
so
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
so
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 I'll explain to you.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. So now suppose my name adds up to 1. I'll
Okay.
give you my live example and I'll give you one or two more examples, okay? If my
Please.
name adds up to 1,
Ah.
yeah. And okay, wait, Manisha Puri has put her vowels add up to 11. What does your name add up to, Manisha? Can you tell me? Then I can give your example. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's start with mine till Manisha replies. So if my name adds up to 1, my heart's desire also adds up to 1. Okay, so I have 1 and
Yeah.
1. Me as a person, somebody who is confident, who takes the lead in things, who doesn't like to sit and wait for others to do things, who wants to go ahead and take the lead in her life, takes initiative. That is my name. That's how I am as a person.
Yeah.
When my
Yes.
heart's desire is one, means it is important for me to be independent. It is
Okay.
important for me to depend on myself. My
Okay.
independence is the most important thing to me.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so I may be born in a family which can take care of me. I may be married in a family where I'm very well taken care of. But even in that equation,
Yeah.
I will find my own identity. Okay,
Okay.
and just relating to me, I have a lot of friends here on this chat who know me. My parents are here, and if you know me, the one thing, if you ask me, Geeta, what is it that you're most thankful for in your life? I'll say my independence.
Right.
Okay, the
Right.
ability for me, the ability that I got from my external environment to learn what I want to learn, to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is important. So I'll take one or two examples, guys. Wait, you're going very fast. Let me see. 2 and 8. I think Salome, your just read it out for me, Aanchal. Salome has said that her name numbers 2 and her heart's desire is 8. Vowels
Vowels.
are 8.
Yeah.
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 Okay, Salome, let's take your example. So, Salome as a person with number 2 is somebody who is very affable, works along with people.
Yeah.
She works well. She's tactful, diplomatic. She works well with people.
Yeah.
Okay. All her skills are such that her relationships will always be good. She will know how to keep everybody in their place. Okay. Now, as a heart's desire, she has 8.
Yeah.
8 is all about my status in society, is all about where I stand, where my family stands, what kind of resources I have. So, she would always reflect that CEO kind of that, ye madam hai hamare ghar ki. So, because that will come inherently to her. And Salome will be very good when she, commands people around her, when she has a very strong executive ability. So she'll be very good at putting things together. She doesn't have to get her hands dirty, but her instructions will be fabulous. If Salome is a working person, then she'll really aspire to be at that top position. So, if she's working herself or she's the wife of somebody who's, doing well, she will play that role very, very well. And I think I know Salome, so I think she kind of fits the bill. Manisha, let's do yours. That is a very interesting example. Manisha is her name.
But if we
Sorry.
keep one's combinations, I think let's just give people the
No,
reference
I'll
to.
just take one more. Yeah, I'll just take
Okay.
one more and then. Because you may have the same number, right? Your name also could be like in Manisha's case, her name is also 11 and her heart's desire is also 11. So, Manisha, for you, you are an extremely intuitive person. You don't need to go to anybody. Close your eyes anytime you want to know something and follow your gut. I won't be surprised if you get visions, dreams. You walk into a room, you'll have the vibration, you'll just know it. Yeah. In your case, what happens is because there's so much here, you have to put effort to actually bring it in the physical world also because you're in this realm, but you have to actually bring it in the physical world. And so, if I have 10 ideas here, I need to put four in action for sure. Okay. So
Right.
a lot of 11s, because they're visionaries and they're dreamers, sometimes they don't end up fulfilling all their ambitions because
Applied.
it just stays here. So
Yeah.
that is something you have to be very careful of. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any more, or should we just leave the forum open for questions if anyone
Sorry,
wants to
I
ask anything?
seem to have lost 1 second. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay. I can hear you. Yeah. Okay. So this is what
Should we just take questions from everyone that are not specific to their numbers and birth dates? If there are any generic questions on numerology, if anyone wants to ask anything before we wrap. I think there was someone way in the beginning that asked, this is all just numbers, numbers, numbers. Okay, and Geeta, while I'm hunting for these questions, why don't you also tell us that the second part series, what is the subject we're going to take off, and
Sure.
and how we're going to correlate it to this existing one?
Okay. So just before I end on the name,
Yeah,
guys, always remember that what is your name number and what your heart desires.
yeah,
That should be in balance. Then your life moves in balance. Okay. So if your name number is, if as a person you're a creative person, your heart's desire also has to follow suit. Otherwise, you will be at a loss. Yeah. That's my only little advice. So I hope you understand how interesting your name is. Yeah. It's not a coincidence. Every alphabet of your name, that number is where you vibrate on. That makes you you. So whatever are the numbers in your name, right?
yeah.
In essence, that is you. Okay.
Understood.
For next time, we are looking at covering your destiny number. So
Okay.
what we did now is the what of my life. What am I? But where is my life going? How is my life going to be? What are the kind of experiences I'm going to have? Who are the kind of people I'm going to meet? That comes from something which is called our destiny number. Do remember to bring a pen and paper and just your full date of birth. That's all I'll need. I'll meet you next week and
Yeah.
we are going to explain to you about your destiny number. Yeah, I
So
hope
Geeta,
you guys found it interesting and it was not too difficult to understand.
no, it was not at all difficult to understand. I think it was extremely informative, more than one would have expected and anticipated. And thank you very much for being here with us, Geeta. I'm really looking forward to our sessions ahead, and maybe in the end session, kind of correlating all of this together and really decoding ourselves and our lives. And also, guys, thank you very much for being here. We've had an incredible response today. It's making me very happy because it's also my first chat on this page. I'm going to come up with some really, really fun chats, some on spirituality, some like really different subjects. Stay in tune on our page. Please write to us, give us your comments, give us your feedback, tell us what you want to know about. we'll try and bring try and bring experts in that department as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Thank you, Geeta. Love you. Thank
Just
you.
one thing for me, guys. If you can follow all the 5 series that we are doing,
Yeah.
we will be touching on all the important aspects of numerology. So I hope to see each and every one of you. And Aanchal, a big thank you to you.
Thank
Bye.
you. See you next
Guys,
week.
take care.
Bye.
Bye.